Hello, good evening, everybody in Belem. Good evening from Paris. It's a great pleasure that the first world screening of the Brazilian version of our film, Spirits, Forests and Rivers, Memories of Words from the Hupd'äh of the Amazon, is programmed at the opening of the Festival de Film Ethnográfico de Para. I would like to thank particularly Alexandro and Denise and their team of the festival for invitation and also for the preparation of this festival online and in presence with all its difficulties that we know. Denise and Alexandro have been encouraging our audiovisual creation. I consider them the godparents of our films. For the last 2 years, since our cinematographic creation with the Hupd'äh has started in Belem with Byrenato Athias, it was the second edition of the festival. In 2 years, we are happy that we were able to make 2 films with the Hupd'äh. At the name of World Cultural Diversity Production, I want also to thank Byrenato Athias for his time, his confidence to transmit his ethnographic research with us. Such a great opening to be near Vincent Carelli and open the first day of this 3rd edition. Vincent, for me, you are a model that we filmmakers, we have to follow. Your way of creating, transmitting, making the film with the participation of the Amérindians, making the participatory creation is a great school to follow. Thank you, Vincent. I'm honored that our film is programmed near your film. And I love to know what you think about our film. I'm so sad not to be there, but I'm happy that you are in the hall and watching the film with all the public. Spirit, Forest and Rivers, Memories of Words from the Hupd'äh of the Amazon has been a long process of working between Byrenato Athias, anthropologists who have done research for more than half a century with the Hupd'äh in Brazil, me as an Iranian-French filmmaker who is not anthropologist, but make the film with anthropologists and filmmakers like Jean Rouch, Pierre Perrault, and Byrenato Athias, and with the professional collaborator, specialist on archive that we had the chance to work with, Isabel Castro. She's a professor at university and editor. This film could not have been finished without this trio working together, and without such a passion, curiosity, and hours of discussion on Zoom during 2 years. During the whole period of COVID, during the whole this pandemic period, where we were all confined in different parts of the world, for nearly 2 years, we have been going through the ethnographic notes, sounds, photos, images, and documentaries that Byrenato Athias has made and collected. And all thanks to new technology. After finishing our first film, The Enchanted Words of the Hupd'äh of the Amazon, Masters of Knowledge, narrated by Byrenato Athias, with the 3 Masters of Knowledge of Hupd'äh, Bihit, Mehdiou, and Kazi, we decided to go further. We decided to make a film and following what Byrenato Athias wanted to emphasize more about territoriality, cartographie géopolitique of the Hupd'äh, their relation with nature, river, forest, by going through the way of hunting, fishing, their marriage, the way that the clans are together. We did hours and hours interviews on Zoom that I was transcribing them. It's hundreds of pages written. Then after all this going through this organization of thought, we decided to classify them in a way that a large public can understand them and go inside the world of the Hupd'äh and try to understand them from inside. Then we started to watch the photos on Zoom together and going to the memory of Renato. The art was to capture the emotion of the moment that he was narrating his memory. Sometimes we could even smell the bijou. We could hear the happiness that he had lived at that time with them. Even smell the odor of the moment that night was coming and they were still listening to the stories and the party was going on and the Hupd'äh was there. The cassettes and recording of music play important role in this film. With Renato, we were listening to them. I do not talk neither Brazilian nor Hupd'äh, but I was listening to the melody and capturing what we could bring to the film. Renato was listening. I was asking him about the sounds, the talk, and he was translating. The mythological history that Renato had recorded and transcribed become the counterpoint of the film. We decided that in the editing, we written our film with these mythological stories, which are very strong and which let us go to the deepness of the culture of the Hupd'äh. This film can be seen as a museum of the past life of Hupd'äh. We have tried to make the spectator live with the Hupd'äh, be in the forest, go fishing with them, be in the center of the village. As a filmmaker, I am a mediator between the ethnographic knowledge of Renato Athias, who is a translator of Hupd'äh culture. And we try to bring the world of Hupd'äh to the large public in a language that the spectator can understand it. My big wish is that the film circulates with the Hupd'äh, Tucano, the Sana. It can be seen in different clans in Rio Negro. This film can be a restitution of the world of the Hupd'äh, the way they were living in 1970s, and it can bring their knowledge to future generation. As Renato Athias says in the film, at that time, he had a notebook and a pencil, and he wrote down, and now he's transmitting what he was learned from them through this film to the new generation. I'm so sad not to be in the screening hall with you, but I'm happy that Renato Athias is there. I'm honored that Vincent Carrel is there. And what is important is that the Hupd'äh are there with you and the voice is traveling around the world. I wish you a nice screening, and I hope that each of you can bring this film to the part that you can share it with the people to understand much better the deepness of the culture of the Hupd'äh. Thank you.